Hi there everybody, and welcome to a pretty cold garage where today I'm going to start my next guitar build. And opening it up, it's going to be a Telecaster style guitar. Previously I did a PRS style guitar, but there was issues with the veneer that I didn't want to have to repeat, so I'm going for a more basic guitar. However, I am going to do a forearm cut on it along there, so I'm going to do that, start that now. I'm also going to do, hopefully if you can see that, a cut down there, a belly cut, and then I'm going to try and do one down there to allow access for the hand up to the higher frets. That's what I'm going to start with today. I'm going to start on this one here today. It's from Coban Guitars in the UK, the same as the previous ones. And like I say, it's pretty cold. It's the 30th of December. There's snow on the ground outside, and I might have to put gloves on. So we'll see how we get on. Now, as with a lot of the things on guitar building, I've not done this before, but I have got a selection of files which hopefully I will be able to file away the excess wood. If not, I do have a cunning plan if that doesn't work. So first of all, there's no time like the present. Let's see how this works. Here I am with my file. Well, my cunning plan, if the file wasn't going to work, but it's going to take a long time, was to use this. This is a Dremel with a grinding wheel on the end that hopefully I can grind away at the wood. So okay, so I've started down there and I'm getting quite a consistent angle, which is good, but as you can see there's quite a way to go. There's the line down there, so I'm probably about a tenth of the way through it, so let's keep going. Okay, this looks pretty good at the moment. I'm getting pretty close to that line at the top, which is as far as I want to go with the filing, and it's getting a nice curve down there. I've been using this very rough rasp at the moment, but as I'm getting closer to the edge, I'm going to swap over. I'm going to use this much finer file because hopefully I'll have more control over the wood that I'm removing. I've finished the filing now, so now I'm going to move on to some sandpaper. I've got up to the line as much as I want to. I want to get a definite line there rather than a particular radius on that to make that look a bit more angular. So now I'm going to move on to some sandpaper. Okay, to do the sandpapering, I've got this piece of white foam, this old packing foam that came with something, and I'm just going to wrap it. I've got some P4, I've got some 400 grit sandpaper, and so if I fold that so as then that is a nice fit round the corners of the foam, then that should help me get a nice finish there. So let's zoom in on that and see what it looks like. Okay, so let's try this. There we are, that's come in pretty good. It needs some more around there. That feels a bit bumpy there actually. I'm going to do a bit more filing. Okay, so I want to get this as flat as I can, that's the idea. So if I put this 6-inch rule up there, you can see that it's actually quite rounded in the middle, and it tails off towards that side and towards there as well. I'm trying to get that as flat as I can, so I'm going to do a bit more filing and trying to get it flat. Okay, so that's as much filing and sanding as I'm going to do for the moment. It's a fairly flat finish. It's certainly very smooth after I've been sanding with the 400 grit. I haven't done any of these other surfaces, and I've just rained off the edge there. So I should take that back inside and I should try that out and see if that's enough or whether I want to take a bit more off. But at the moment, I'm quite pleased with that. That looks not too bad at all. Hi there, and it's day 2, and if anything, it's colder than yesterday. So I've done the forearm cut, at least as much as I intend to do for the moment, and now I'm going to move on to the belly cut on the back. Again, I'm back with the rasp, which is quite the rough one, so it should take off a lot of material. I've marked it out with a pencil where I believe I need to go, and I've done this based on the cut that I've got on a Stratocaster, which I've got, so I've copied that, and let's get on with it. Let's see how we go. So after about 10 minutes filing, we've got down to this. The line is still there, still plenty of wood to take out, but that's looking quite reasonable at the moment, just with the use of the file. Okay, so I've gone as far as I really want to with this rough file here, so I'm going to move on to this finer file. It's a different one from the other one because this is half round, so hopefully that will allow me to get the curve on the cut that I want. For the moment though, I'm still going with the flat side because I'm just going to finish off this to a smoother finish. I'm moving on to sandpaper now, and I'm going to be using 180 grit to finish this down to a nice smooth finish, hopefully. Well, I've finished the sanding now to the 180 grit, and it's come up quite good. I'm going to leave that now and then move on to the third bit that I want to do, and then I'll come back and review this after I've finished the third bit and make sure I've done it as deep and as big as I want. Now the third feature that I want to put on as a cut is just here, and that's to allow your hand to have better access to the higher frets. Now I'm doing this also because on the top of the range Fender, the Ultra Telecaster, it's a standard feature on there, so I just think that it'd be fun to have it on there and make believe I've got one of the top range Fender models. Okay, so I'm filing out this recess here, and it's a little bit awkward, but and I think that's going to come out alright. I've marked out a line that I think I need, and I'm getting towards that, so this is coming along. Okay, well that I think finishes the initial shaping of the body. Let's just take a look at that. Round here I've got the forearm cut there, which I did yesterday. That looks pretty good. On the back I've got this belly cut, which I've cut. That looks okay. The grain opens up a bit there, so I might have to do some filling or something there. I might do a bit more sanding on that to make that a bit smoother. And then I've done this small recess here to allow access to the frets. So there we are, get that out of the way. And then I've also just sanded it down all over quickly. And that's how it stands at the moment. So that's the first batch of work done. Thanks very much.